Hi everybody, John Cena here and welcome to Season 2, Episode 19 of FunkQuest, which is the third episode of the second round. So we've got two returning Funksters for... Oh, I want you to tell me who you are, where you're from, and what you do. Alison.
Hey, I am from the west coast of Canada. Super happy to be here again. I love these other faces on the screen. And I own a company called Domino Thinking where I challenge people to think about what they think about and reconnect to their internal worth.
Brilliant. And Lisa Marie, tell me who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Lisa Marie Platske. I live on the east coast of the United States in Alexandria, Virginia, and I am so super excited to be here. These are some of my most favorite people in the whole wide world, and this is going to be a lot of fun. My business is Upside Thinking, and I work with leaders that are looking to design their destiny and create a better world for all, a planet where we all win.
Good. Right, now, so if you're new to the show, you're probably thinking, what on earth's going on here? Well, you'll figure it out, and there's some buttons below this episode to go and make sure you never miss us again in the future. If you are a returning listener, well, there'll be some couple of changes that I'll make you aware about as we go on. But the first change is that you can pick your own question. So you don't have to have the same question that the previous Funkster picked, if that makes sense. So, Alison, you get to go first because you're A. And we like to do things in alphabetical order. So question 1, pick an icon.
Listen, awesome. So from Q1, let's go with the boxy house because I kind of like it.
The house thing there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the most underused room in your house?
My bedroom.
Why's that then?
Well, I've been single for a while. And, I have a roommate. And so if things happen, they certainly don't happen at home. So I would have to say that my bedroom by far is underused. And I don't sleep well. And so even that isn't really well done in my room.
What, sleeping?
So what's that?
Sleep. Do you, when you walk into the bedroom, you think, oh, here we are again? Do you think that?
No, I'm thinking tonight's the night I'm going to sleep. Which is terrible because it used to be that tonight's the night I'm going to get a little something. But now it's all about sleep. And so it's a little bit, it changes the nature of my bedroom for sure.
Lisa, you can pick your own question.
Question 1, dartboard.
Dartboard. Darts and dartboard.
Let's go for the darts.
Yeah, they're wrong colours now, aren't they? Yeah. What are most people interested in but you can't stand?
Gosh. Shopping.
Shopping?
Yeah.
Most ladies are interested in shopping, aren't they?
I have not been to a mall in probably 15, 16 years. And so the idea of shopping is just like, oh, it's just painful. So now I will go to a store and I've got an idea of what it is that I want, meaning like I need the yellow highlighter. And so I will go to the store for the yellow highlighter, or I'll go online and have my assistant get the yellow highlighter. But the idea to actually shop, no.
I can't understand why people go to shopping centres, as we would call them, and just go and hang out. I don't understand why you want to do that. Everybody listening can answer me that.
I do that.
What, go and hang out? Why?
Well, in part because my favorite Starbucks is in a mall. And so I will go there, and a friend of mine often meet up there because it's convenient for us. And I always have my laptop, so I'm almost always doing work. And so it's easier for me to get work done when there's people going by.
See, I'm a foodie. I'd rather do that at a restaurant. Like, I don't go to Starbucks or anything like that, but like go to a restaurant or like, a hot dog stand. Yeah. But like shopping. Oh,
well, it is in the food court. Does that help? I don't know.
Maybe.
I just, because I think I spend a lot of time alone, right? And so having that space, and I'm pretty introverted. So this way I can be around people, consume that energy, and not really have to talk to anybody.
Like it. Good plan. Lisa, Marie, question 2.
Question 2. Let's go for the
beach toys.
Little shovels and the beach toys.
Beach buckets, yeah. Beach boys.
Beach buckets, yeah.
What is your current desktop picture?
Current desktop picture is a woman running at the beach. She's actually just going out for a run, and there's a beautiful background, rocks, and...
Why did you pick that?
Inspiration and
Mm.
peace and tranquility. It just makes me relax. I find that happy places, being near the water. I'm not a beach person, so that's not it. It's the activity, and then it's also the rocks and nature, being outside. It's just such a happy place.
We should get people to take a picture of their desktop and send it to us and see if we agree. How about that? Will you do that? Alison, shaking her head.
I don't know
I
how
have
to
swear words on mine, so I don't think that's a good idea.
Fucking surprise. I'm you got it.
I'm like, I can't answer that question. Oops. And then I have two
okay,
screens and I
well.
looked at the other ones. I'm like, I can't answer that one either.
Right, well, you can't have the bucket and spade, Alison.
No, you'll kick me off the show.
Yeah.
We'll take the speedy car.
The stock car thing, the racing car, yeah?
Zoom, zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of us.
How long is it?
Vegetables.
How long is dropped food or sweets on the floor okay to eat?
Are we talking about homes with animals in it or just homes in general?
Your house.
In my house.
Yeah.
Oh, in my house, I have pets. So I don't think there's a rule.
If you dropped some toast or something on the floor, would you pick it up and eat it?
If it didn't land like peanut butter side down, yeah, it's quite possible. But you have to pick it up pretty quick because the dogs will try to come and get it, and that would be really bad for them. So I would say, there is that 5-second rule. I would extend it maybe 10 seconds. I think it's totally fine. And if it's like,
a long time.
yeah, if it's hard, I don't think it matters too much. And but if it's sticky, then it just really needs to go in the garbage because God only knows what it picked up on its way off the ground. There's one of the dogs that would eat. So yeah, I would say 5-10 second rule. You don't want to waste food, but this is probably why I stay healthy, because it's like I probably ate, sand at the playground when my mother didn't care.
Your immune system is boosted by.
Totally boosted. And I love my dogs, and they get hair in my mouth anyway, so what's the biggie?
Too much information.
I am sounding super classy.
You are.
I am.
Alex, question 3. Yeah.
Oh, let's go with the tarantula.
The spider, the tarantula, yeah.
Yeah. When I was in Thailand, we could eat them, but I didn't.
What's your favorite time of day?
God, it depends on the day. I am way too flaky, I think, sometimes to have a favorite time of day. Sometimes I get up in the morning and I'm like, oh, this is really good. This is great. I really like being awake. And then other times I'll wake up in the morning, I'll be like, let me go back to bed. And so I think this is a really hard time. It changes. I think I can appreciate almost any time of day for different reasons, doing different things. So I would say my favorite time of the day is like the 24-hour time of day, maybe.
Every day. Every day is not the best.
On and off. It varies, right? Some days I just hate the entire day. Other days, I'm quite happy with the entire day. So
probably go read some more swear words to choose.
I might need some more swear words. And I have a bit of a commitment phobe based on my first answer. And so it's hard for me to actually pick something and say that's it, because then I'm like, oh, no, this is it. So
right, Lisa, question 3.
So I will do the board game.
The board game. Okay. What thing is uniquely yours?
My story.
You've got about 50 seconds.
Well, I wanted a different story when I was a kid. Like I grew up with a single mom, and we didn't grow up in fancy schmancy neighborhood. It was a lower socioeconomic upbringing and where I spent time. And so I really wanted a different story. Like I'd look at other people's lives and I go, wow, like that's just fabulous. And I want that. And today I love my story. I love where I came from. I love the experiences that I've had. I see how they're so uniquely positioned for me. And I am grateful for every experience. And so my story is just uniquely mine. And I didn't feel that way years ago. It was about looking at someone else and saying, wow, look at Alison. She's so cool. I want that. Oh, look at John. He's got that. And he lives in the UK. And I couldn't see the things that were part of me that made me me. So, and now I have learned to love every part of my story and
That's a
the
good answer.
ugly and the bad and the good and the wonderful.
Good, thank you for sharing that. And quite often we look at other people and think, oh, they must be cool because they look cool and they talk cool, but they're probably as bonkers as what we are. Lisa Marie, question 4.
Question 4. I'm feeling a bit hungry, so I'm going for the ham and the eggs and
breakfast.
Breakfast.
Yeah. Okay, the breakfast.
Happen to like Legos, but yeah, I'm going for the
yeah. When is it skill and not luck?
when you invest.
When you invest.
When you invest.
In what?
In yourself.
Practicing tasks.
Yeah, just anything. When you invest in yourself, so that could be like playing the violin. That could be, when I was in law enforcement and learned how to shoot, where it's just that you invest, that you actually do the work and prepare. And I happen to, just find leadership amazing. And I don't know that anybody's born a leader. I just believe it's something that you invest in. And the more you invest in something, the more it's not just magic and luck, the more it's actually that the preparation turns into something that's magical. So
thank you. I once read about, these people that do things at the Olympics what last for 9 seconds or something like that. And they spend their whole life doing this thing, what's going to be over in a few seconds. And that's it. And how can you live your life like that? I don't know.
Well, it's that there's so much that people look at, and when I've envied someone or gone, wow, that's really fabulous, I go, well, it probably took them 20 years to be an overnight success. There's so much other behind the scenes that they invested in that perhaps I wasn't willing to do. I mean, I look at my friends who do yoga and stand on their head and I go, I'd love to do that. And the answer is, I'm not spending the amount of time that they do standing on their head, all, day after day after day, or in the tree pose. I just, I'm propping myself up against the wall and holding my leg up in place to get in the tree pose. So
it's question 4, Alison.
I'll go back to the cowboy.
The cowboy.
I wonder if there's a psychological evaluation that can be done on the squares that we picked. You are this person. It could be a Facebook, thing or whatever it is that they do, those stupid surveys.
Now, what kind of royal prince are you?
Based on the photos that you picked.
I don't know. I'm not that smart. The one reason why I get smart people on like you is to point out stuff like this.
Sorry to disappoint. And I want to say, Lisa, that was an amazing answer.
That was a good answer.
That was a really good answer.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of one, so I'm not picking the same one. That was too good of an answer.
Which famous painting would you like on your wall?
None.
None?
None. I have a really hard time with artwork. Really hard time. Because I love something. Again, it comes back to this commitment thing, I think. I look at something, I'm like, oh, that is beautiful. And then I'm like, do I want to look at it every day? And I'm like, hell no, I do not. And so I don't. I've often thought of renting art because you can have it for a month and then you can swap it out. And I'm like, do I want to spend money on something I don't own? Like that fundamentally goes against everything I believe in. That's why I own houses and I don't rent. So I can't rent something and give it back. I can't lease a car. I have to buy the car. So I have a problem with that. So in my house, I built and designed a house back in 2012 and I came home from the junkyard with this giant chunk of metal. And everybody was like, what are you doing with that? I'm like, it's going on my wall. And they're like, that is disgusting, rusty chunk of metal. What are you doing? And it's on my wall. My builder was the only person that can see things the way I see things, I think. And I put it up there and everybody's like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So I wouldn't exactly call it art because it's a rusty hunk of metal.
It's art because you say it is.
I suppose so. But yeah, it is different enough to be something different.
But send us a picture of it.
Okay.
Be sure. Question 5, Alison.
Question 5. Let's go with Babe the Pig.
Babe the Pig.
Because bacon is good.
Oh, no, this is a song. I don't know. I'm kind of a bit worried this might come up. Where did you first drink alcohol?
Oh, God, I can't remember that long ago.
Yeah.
I first drank alcohol probably I would sip on it when my parents weren't looking and stuff like that, like all the time, and fill bottles up. But the first time I actually drank was my dad had gone to the trailer to get it ready for the end of summer or do some work on it or something. And I was stuck at his place with his girlfriend, and she let me drink beer. And I didn't think she was letting me drink enough. So I would go, I'll get you a beer. And I'd go in the house and I would drink one in the house and I'd bring one out to her. And I was 15 at the time.
Yeah.
And so for every one of hers, I was having 2. And I was hammered and I was sicker than a dog, and I have never drank beer since.
You don't drink? Don't drink beer?
Well, I drink tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't drink beer.
Yeah.
But tequila, it has to be really good tequila. Like Jose, that's not tequila.
I'm not a tequila connoisseur, so I can't.
Yeah.
Lisa Marie, you get to pick one.
Pick one. I am going to pick the airplane.
The airplane, yeah.
Airplane. Okay. My husband is a pilot, and so I shall take him.
Yeah.
He no longer flies, but he's a pilot.
Who did you last beat at something?
Here.
Who did you last beat at something? So this morning I was dancing in my office, and I have a large drum in the library, and does that count?
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah, so you got a big drum and you give it some...
Then I would say this morning, yes.
Good. So, are your neighbors impressed?
Actually, this house is so quiet that you can't hear a thing. You definitely can't hear a thing. So my neighbors wouldn't even know. It's a big African drum, and it's just, just a tap here and a tap there when I'm in. I don't actually, I can't say that I'm a professional drummer.
So who won? Well, one of these ladies is going to get through to the quarterfinals, and you've got to decide who. And below this show notes will be a link to a Twitter poll. And if you think Alison needs to go through, then you vote for Alison. If you think Lisa needs to go through, you vote for Lisa. Simple as. We're looking for thoughts, ideas, suggestions, innovations, things that you didn't know 10 minutes ago that you do know now, and it could be not necessarily knowledge. So that's what we're looking for. So Alison, how can we find out more about you?
Easiest place is my website, dominothinking.com. Everything I do is on there. Well, not everything I do, but the things that I do professionally, they're on there. Fantastic.
Lisa Marie, how can we contact you?
UpsideThinking.com, UPSIDE, and the word thinking.com. Best way to find me.
Okay, so thanks so much for Alison and Lisa Marie. Thanks for being on, and we'll speak soon. Thanks so much, and take care. Hi, thanks so much for making it to the end of this episode. If you've enjoyed it, please share it with your friends. I have a few people you might want to share it with. Your partner, your parents, your grandma and granddad, your neighbours, your hairdresser, your tea lady, your gym instructor, your swimming coach, postman, the bin man, your cat, your dog, Father Christmas, Mr. Trump, Mr. Putin, Cristiano Ronaldo.